Hey everyone, it's Boog Shambi. Welcome to the show.
Welcome, everyone. Let's jump. Happy. Happy. Hi, I'm Justin Allegri, and this is your Wednesday edition of Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL East, the Washington Nationals pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they defeated the Pirates at PNC Park 3-2. In other news from Washington, D.C., starting pitcher Ranger Suarez has been placed on the 60-day injured list. He's got a fractured skull. In the standings, the Pirates are in first place in the NL Central. They have a small half-game advantage, while the Nationals are in third place in the NL East, 3 games back. The Diamondbacks amassed 14 hits in the game as they took care of the Mets at Citi Field 5-3. At the start of the day, the Mets are in second place in the NL East, 2.5 games out of first. And the Diamondbacks sit in last place in the National League West Division. They're 17.5 games out of first. The Braves allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they knocked out the Fightin' Phils 9-2. As of right now, the Phillies are in last place in the NL East. They're over 20 games out of first. And the Braves are fourth in the division. They're 3.5 games back. The Miami Marlins hit 3 long balls as they took a victory against the Brewers in Milwaukee 12-4. The win was their 6th in a row. Heading into the day, the Brewers are in last place in the NL Central. They're 15.5 games out of first. And the Marlins are atop the National League East division. They own a 2.5 game advantage. The Rockies knocked out 10 hits as a team as they nabbed the win against the visiting Cubs 7-3. In the standings, the Rockies sit in 4th place in the National League West, 12.5 games back, while the Cubs sit in 4th place in the National League Central Division, 10.5 back. The San Diego Padres sent 3 balls into the seats as they pushed past the Dodgers at Chavez Ravine 5-4. Entering the day's action, the Dodgers are in second place. Welcome to your Saturday edition of Inside the Show. I'm Justin Allegri. Starting off in the National League East, Luis Garcia was a force at the plate, driving in 3 runs as the Nationals downed the Brewers 4-3. He is currently among the NL leaders in batting average. Great Sunday action lies ahead, but first, here's what happened in the major leagues on Saturday. Looking first at the NL East, the Milwaukee Brewers racked up 11 hits as a team as they bested the visiting Nats 5-2. Heading into the day, the Brewers are in last place in the NL Central. They're 15.5 games out of first. And the Nationals sit in second place in the National League East division, but they currently lead the NL wildcard race. The Marlins put together 10 total hits as they took down the It's Monday morning and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Milwaukee Brewers got 12 hits in this one as they stole a victory in extra innings over the Nationals 10-9. At the start of the day, the Brewers sit in last place in the National League Central Division. They're 15 games back, while the Nationals sit in third. Good Thursday morning to you, Show Nation. Let's jump right into Wednesday's baseball action. Looking first at the NL East, Steven Wilson collected his 5th win in relief, leading the Nationals past the White Sox 2-1. In other Nationals news, first baseman Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has been placed on the 10-day IL according to team reports. He has a fractured bone in his arm. In the standings, the Nationals are in third place in the NL East. They're 2 games back, while the White Sox sit in last place in the American League Central Division, 16 games out of first. The Atlanta Braves finished off a 3-game sweep as they defeated the visiting Fightin' Phils 9-3. Entering the day's action, the Braves are in second place in the NL East, only a half game back. And the Phillies are at the bottom of the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The New York Mets earned the 3-game series sweep as they took down the Fish in Miami 6-3. Heading into the day. Happy Friday. It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Atlanta Braves combined for 10 hits as a team as they took down the Nationals in Washington 3-1. Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Monday. Starting out in the NL West, the Colorado Rockies combined to give up just 5 hits as they got the best of the Dodgers at home 4-1. As of today, the Rockies are in 4th place in the NL West, 12.5 games back, while the Dodgers are 2nd in the division, only a game and a half back. Jonah Heim plated 4 runs with 3 hits on the day, helping the Giants push past the Padres 6-3. In the standings, the Giants. Hi, I'm Justin Allegri, and this is your Wednesday edition of Inside. The regular season is winding down, but the postseason races are heating up. Here's how yesterday's nail-biting action went down. Looking first at the NL East, the Washington Nationals put up 16 hits on the day as they got the win in extra innings over the Orioles, 7-6. In other Nationals news, center fielder Robert Hassel will be out of action for the next couple of days. He's dealing with a tricep strain. At the start of the day, the Orioles sit in last place in the American League East Division. They're over 20 games out of first. And the Nationals sit in fourth place in the National League East Division, 4.5 games back. The Cubs had 12 hits as a team. Playoff contending teams are making their final push to the end of the year. Welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Cubbies totaled 11 hits as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 7-5. They now have 5 straight wins. Heading into the day, the Braves are in first place in the NL East, 4 games up, and the Cubs are in fourth place in the NL Central, 9 games back. The Mets went deep 4 times as they beat the visiting Marlins 7-4. As of right now, the Mets sit atop the NL East, yet they currently hold a spot in the race for the National League wildcard, while the Marlins are atop the division, 4 games up. The Pittsburgh Pirates knocked out 10 hits as a team as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park, 8-4. In the standings, the Phillies sit in last place in the National League East. They're over 20 games. The final postseason teams are jockeying for position. Welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Nationals launched 3 home runs as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 4-1. Entering the day's action, the Braves sit in second place in the National League East Division, 1 game out of first, while the Nationals are fourth in the division, 5 games back. The New York Mets held their opponent to just 2 hits as they defeated the visiting Fightin' Phils 2-0. Heading into the New York Mets hit 3 long balls as they defeated the visiting Fightin' Phils 7-2. It was their 5th straight victory. Edward Cabrera had 13 punch-outs and earned the win, leading the Marlins to a win over Pittsburgh 5-1. The Cubbies combined for a 4-hitter as they took a victory against the Brewers in Milwaukee 4-0. The Reds beat the Cardinals on the road 4-0. The Arizona Diamondbacks smacked 15 team hits as they got the home victory against the Astros 6-1. The Colorado Rockies put together 10 total hits as they grabbed the win over the visiting Twins 5-3. The San Francisco Giants combined for 10 hits as a team as they embarrassed the Dodgers 11-3. The Tampa Bay Rays combined to allow only 4 hits as they beat the Blue Jays in Toronto 7-4. The Red Sox knocked out 12 hits as a team as they beat the O's in Baltimore 5-1. The Padres sent 3 balls into the seats as they beat the White Sox on the south side 5-1. The Cleveland Guardians picked up 14 hits in total as they took down the Tigers in Detroit 9-1. The Yanks beat the Royals in Kauffman Stadium 5-3. The A's pulled off the win against the Angels in Orange County 3-1. The Mariners swatted 4 home runs in this one as they were winners over the visiting Rangers 8-5. Welcome to the show, everyone. Thanks for making us a part of your morning. Let's jump into the latest news from around the Major League Baseball postseason. In the American League wildcard game, the Kansas City Royals allowed only 5 hits in the game as they grabbed the win over the Rangers in Arlington, stamping their ticket to extend their season and play in the upcoming American League Division Series. Thanks for joining me. That's all for today's postseason recap. Same place, same time tomorrow. Enjoy the games. Welcome to the show, baseball fans. Here's what's going on. Welcome to the show, baseball fans. Here's what's going on in the baseball world. Hi there, everyone. Welcome to this special postseason edition of Inside the Show. In Game 5 of the World Series, the Cincinnati Reds knocked out 10 hits as a team as they beat the Royals in Kauffman Stadium, clinching the World Series championship. It has been a storybook season for them, and they will look to repeat as champions next year.